Oh, one quick thing before you go. You see, in Red Dead Online, there's a proper way of greeting people.
Yeah. I shot your fucking hat off? Shit. I missed your head and shot your fucking hat. Are you serious?
Welcome to Red Dead Online.
You're lucky I didn't have a hat. Piece of shit.
Rockstar officially announced that Red Dead Online will no longer be receiving major themed content updates. How could this have happened? GTA Online was a runaway success, so surely Red Dead Online would have also taken off, right? Well, frankly, anyone who has played Red Dead Online should have seen this coming. Rather than whine and complain about it like I'm known to do, I want to take a more analytical view of why Red Dead Online failed. I'm going to go through the game's entire life cycle and all of its content to show why this game was set up to fail and how every content update dug it deeper and deeper into the grave. This is the tragedy of Red Dead Online. Red Dead Online Beta launched in late November of 2018. The content in the game at launch was incredibly bare bones, and there was honestly more to do roaming around in the single player. A beta is a milestone in game development where the game is almost finished. It's playable, but likely has bugs and implementation errors. Some game companies open their betas to the public to allow the community to try the game and help them find technical issues before it releases. Even though it had beta in the name, Red Dead Online was not a beta. The beta tag was thrown on to deflect criticism towards the game, and it worked. I remember many people at the time defending the severe lack of content because it was in beta. It's in beta, there's more content on the way. The in-game store to buy microtransactions was fully operational. If it truly was an open beta, the store shouldn't have even been open. I don't have to explain that charging money in an unfinished game is wrong. Here's the content that the game launched with. Stranger missions. Fairly simple errand boy quests. Fetch this package. Deliver mail. Yeah, you heard that right. Deliver mail. Kill this target. Escort this wagon. The payouts for these missions is about $5 for 15 minutes. To get an idea of how much $5 means in Red Dead Online, a pump-action shotgun, as of writing this script, is $266. Bear in mind, at launch, the pump-action shotgun was more expensive. Story missions. The game started with 8 of them that you could replay. 4 of these missions depended on your character's honor level. 2 for high honor, 2 for low honor. You can pay 3 gold bars to Old Man Jones to change your honor level, or you could do what I did. I always did the high honor missions first, and then killed random shit for 30 minutes until I hit low honor. The first time payouts are pretty good and pay about $50 to $100 per mission, but then the payouts drop to about $10 to $20 per mission. Not much replay value. Story-wise, the narrative is pretty weak. The grieving widow with a thirst for vengeance story was already done much better in the story mode with Sadie Adler. It's the same shtick, but with less interesting characters. I've accompanied 3 friends on their first playthroughs of the story missions, and every single one of them got bored and just wanted to skip it and get the first time payouts. I completely forgot to mention horse races. I never played the horse races, and from the people that I've talked to who did, they were hot garbage. The horse races had a mechanic called catch-up. It slows down the person in first place so the others can, well, catch up. You could also shoot each other and use Deadeye, and anytime you crashed, you had to go back to a previous checkpoint if you fell off your horse. So yeah, doesn't sound too fun. The PvP playlists. They were alright in the beginning, but because of Red Dead Online's player versus player combat being so unbalanced, it quickly became very unfun. I want to take a moment to talk about PvP in Red Dead Online. It's broken at its core, and I don't put that lightly. The problem is with the implementation of Deadeye into multiplayer. In single player, Deadeye allows for you to slow down time, mark targets, and when you pull the trigger, you shoot all the marked targets. It's basically aimbot, but it works in a single player setting. Here's how they implemented it into multiplayer. You have 4 cards. Your first card determines what kind of Deadeye ability you have, and the other 3 provide passive bonuses. When it came to card loadouts, there was always a clear meta to choose with a wide array of useless options and a few extremely powerful ones. Rather than list all of the cards in the game, I'll highlight a few notable ones. Paint It Black.
End on daily. I'm looking at my date. Challenge. Bullhead catfish
Such
caught.
bullshit. Dude,
There's no way those are naval revolvers.
Essentially, they ported over level 1 Deadeye from the story mode without the slow motion. Paint It Black automatically marks targets on enemies when your crosshair moves over vital points. Pull the trigger, and your bullets instantly hit the targets you mark, regardless of where your crosshair is now pointed. In addition, this is the only ability card that removes Weapon Bloom when active, because it definitely wasn't powerful enough already. If you don't know what Weapon Bloom is, I have some clips to show you. You see that circle? The bullet you shoot will end up somewhere in that little circle. Hold your aim steady and the circle shrinks. Yeah, it is pretty much random. Paint It Black removes the circle entirely. Slippery Bastard. Before it was nerfed, this card was a menace. When active, other players could not lock onto you with aim assist, but you could lock onto other people. Perfect for rushing people with a shotgun and getting easy kills. After it got nerfed to where neither the user nor other players could lock on with aim assist, and having extreme weapon bloom, everybody just stopped using it. Moment to recuperate. Regenerate health when Deadeye is active. Ends if you're damaged during the duration. There is no reason to ever pick Moment to Recuperate over Paint It Black. It is completely useless if you have health tonics at your disposal. This is the Deadeye card that I used in my Red Dead Online's griefing problem video. I knowingly put myself at a disadvantage because I hated how Paint It Black was the meta and felt like it required no skill to use. I paid the price of trying to fight fair in unfair combat. Never without one.
See, the thing is, you don't have to reinforce lasso.
I have never without one.
You have never without one.
What the fuck was that sound?
Yep. You ain't killing me because I got a hat on. Apparently, that makes sense somehow. By the way, it's going to take you forever to get out of that. So let me just do you solid. The epitome of bullshit game design.
Many of the passives offer small bonuses, such as giving a small amount of health for every kill. When using Never Without One and wearing a hat, pre-nerf, if you got shot in the head, your hat would fly off and absorb the headshot. Bear in mind that Red Dead Online has one-shot headshots. Rockstar had found a way to bring the bulletproof helmet from GTA Online into a cowboy game. It was eventually nerfed and now only absorbs a headshot if you're hit above the eyebrows. Still bullshit, but it's not as strong as it used to be. With how horribly unbalanced and unenjoyable the player versus player combat was, it should have been no surprise that the playlists dried up as soon as more PvE content was added to the game. However, even if you wanted to avoid PvP, it wasn't always your choice. People got bored pretty quickly. What's the number one thing people do when they get bored? Shoot each other and fuck with other people. Picture the scene. You're minding your own business, and then some bored Game Pass cowboy rides up and shoots you square in the face. At its worst, I would get attacked by other players in free roam approximately every hour, and because I'm extremely stubborn, I wouldn't back down until whoever killed me ran away or left the lobby. However, as a solo player, I knew my limits, and knew that I couldn't stand a chance against a posse of more than 2. Yes, there were posses of people who rode around in free roam just killing other players. I know. It's really sad. There's not much to do in response. Pressing charges does precisely squat. Running away isn't easy, since in the time to call your horse, mount up, and go, your attacker will likely have caught up with you. Fighting back is time-consuming and expensive, and as I said, the player versus player combat is not balanced at all. Defensive mode, which was added months into this game's lifecycle, is worthless. It's a damage reduction, meaning that you can still be killed by a big posse. It was also bugged and would disable anytime you did a mission or switch lobbies. The only viable option to not get fucked with was to just leave. Private sessions would have fixed this issue, but Rockstar in their infinite wisdom never added them in, and to this day, still hasn't. Alright, mini rant about PvP and griefing over. Right off the bat, Rockstar shot themselves in the foot by releasing Red Dead Online with very little content to start. One of the biggest complaints early on in the game's lifecycle was that guns, horses, and new clothing costed so much that you would have to play ridiculous amounts of hours to get the cash to buy them. Money-making methods from single players such as hunting and fishing were nerfed over time because people were making money too quickly. So, what did Rockstar have in store for their very first content update? Gun Rush! Rockstar's take on a scaled-down battle royale soiled by their unbalanced PvP. The game mode itself was a joke because of how easily exploitable it was. Dead players spectate the living ones, and if they're in your Xbox party, they can give you callouts, and you can farm easy wins. I distinctly remember back in the day encountering a small streamer named Brahmis and his buddy Gunrush Winner. Without fail, every single match, Brahmis and Gunrush Winner would be the last two standing, and the win would always be handed over to Brahmis. I went digging around and actually found Brahmis' YouTube channel. I managed to find a clip of him and his friends doing the exact same thing I described on one of his live streams. I couldn't find any of the games I remember him and Gunrush Winner exploiting in, But I did get a screenshot of him and me in the same lobby, so I know it's the same guy. If you don't believe me, take it from Brahmis himself.
Most of us know you cheat, Premise.
Most of you know I cheat. No, most of you know when I get bored, I use a glitch and I have fun with it. Not cheating though, and I'm definitely gonna whip your asses legit right now. So we'll see about cheating, okay?
Exploitable rules and unbalanced PvP made for a game mode that died off incredibly quickly, leaving Red Dead Online craving new content once again. This was the last update Red Dead Online would receive while still carrying that beta tag. It added new clothes, free mode events, new PvP game modes, and 3 new weapons. The rare shotgun, a reskin of the double barrel shotgun. The Evans repeater, a high capacity repeater with 26 rounds. And the Jawbone knife, a reskin of the knife from the single player. This update also introduced daily challenges. Each day there was a list of challenges, and if you completed them, you would get some gold. If you kept up a streak for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then a month, you would earn a multiplier that could earn you a couple gold bars a day, just by doing daily challenges. This meant that dedicated players who played every day were stocking up hundreds of gold bars and could pretty much afford anything they wanted to. Needless to say, it was yet another joke of an update. This update added 5 new story missions, new stranger missions, random events in free roam from the story mode, poker. My guess is that the inclusion of poker was a test run to see how people would react to gambling before dropping the Diamond Casino update for GTA Online. And 2 new weapons. The Lamat revolver, a high capacity revolver with a single shotgun shot in the center, and the Ancient Tomahawk, a reskin of the regular Tomahawk. Pretty underwhelming considering how far into the game's life cycle we were. After waiting for 4 months, they added 3 new roles into Red Dead Online and began the Outlaw Pass, aka this game's version of the Battle Pass.
What the fuck is that?
Some saw Frontier Pursuits as a glimmer of hope. However, I saw this as the beginning of the end. After waiting a third of a year, these 3 roles were the best content that Rockstar had to offer. As shown by one of my crappy old videos, the content in the update was locked behind a paywall or exclusivity. If you completed a scavenger hunt in GTA Online, you got Collector for free. If you were on PlayStation, you got Trader for free. If you had Twitch Prime, you got Bounty Hunter for free. Otherwise, you had to cough up 15 gold bars for each role, which equates to about $6 each. Because of how utterly trash all the other updates to this game had been, many see this as the best update Red Dead Online ever got. Let's go through the contents of the update, shall we? Collector. Here's how you play the Collector role. Step 1. Open up Google and search for RDO Collector Map, and select this one, made by Gene Ropke. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Step 2. Mark a waypoint on your map corresponding with the collectible's location on Gene's map. Step 3. Use the cinematic camera as an autopilot to ride to your destination. Step 4. Use Eagle Eye to find the collectible. Higher value collectibles require a shovel and or a metal detector that cost $250 and $700 respectively. Step 5. Repeat until you've collected everything on the map, and sell them at Madame Nazar's wagon. Collector is honestly some of the most boring gameplay I have ever engaged with in a console game. Unfortunately, it pays the best. So if you want that pump shotgun for $266, suck it up, Buttercup. Oh, did I mention that they tweaked the spawn locations several times over the next year or so because players were making too much money with Collector? I'm talking thousands and thousands of dollars. There are a few people out there who do enjoy the Collector role. To them, I say, play any other open world game and you'll be blown away. Trader. Step 1. Kill every single animal you come across. Step 2. Bring them back to camp and give them to Crips, who will make them into animal products. I want you to pay close attention to how little each pelt and carcass increases the supply bar by. If you grind out Trader, at some point you will get a hunting wagon, which allows you to store a bunch of animal carcasses in the back. But it requires you to grind a lot. In the beginning, you're either going to have to do a lot of repetitive trips back and forth with animal carcasses, or recruit some friends to help. Step 3. Wait. Step 4. Sell all your goods when the product bar is full. Engaging, right? Here's the real kicker. Most of the time, this role wouldn't even work because of the technical issues. Crips had a tendency to not pitch your camp if the lobby had too many posses, and animals didn't spawn if there were too many players in the lobby. Issues that, again, would have been fixed by private sessions.
When
Okay,
dog
for
get
reals.
dinner?
Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is a mixed bag. The base bounties are pretty trash. Not a lot of complexity, become repetitive really quickly, and pretty shit payouts. Legendary bounties are actually pretty good. Each one of them is unique and has a decent payout. But it had two glaring problems. 1. After completing a legendary bounty, there's a 48-minute cooldown before you can play another. 2. In order to maximize how much money you can make, given the cooldowns, you need to spend around 30 minutes in each mission. So if you caught the bounty in 10 minutes, you're gonna get paid like $50. If you want a $250 payout, have your character sit outside the sheriff's office and go browse Instagram on your phone for like 20 minutes. Just to make sure you got all of that, you complete a legendary bounty in 15 minutes tops. You then wait another 15 minutes outside the sheriff's office to get a better payout. And then, after the mission is done, you wait another 48 minutes for the cooldown before you can play another legendary bounty. Yeah, I ended up spending more time browsing Instagram on my phone trying to get a better payout than actually playing the game. It was kinda sad. Rockstar shot themselves in the foot, yet again, by releasing this update one day after the Diamond Casino heist update for GTA Online. It was the biggest heist added to GTA at that point, and brought multiple approaches and solid payouts. You know, exciting, replayable content. A lot of the people who played Red Dead Online also played GTA Online, and by putting these updates right next to each other, it forced players to choose which new content do you want to experience, because you don't have time for both.
Oh wait, shit. I'm not as invincible as I thought I was.
Let's take a look at what Red Dead Online got. Passive businesses from GTA Online have finally made their way into Red Dead Online. For a starting price of 25 gold bars, which is about $10 in real life, you can have your own moonshine shack. In the beginning, weak moonshine will sell for profit negative if you buy supplies. So you have to grind bootlegger missions to reduce the price of supplies. Once you unlock strong moonshine, however, it's a pretty decent moneymaker. Buy supplies, rubber band your controller, come back in 48 minutes, and sell. It also didn't help that this update in particular was littered with technical issues, some of which still persist to this day. Infinite loading screens during sell missions that would cause you to lose your product if you close the game. Frequent disconnections from the lobby. Moonshine bottles being damaged when your cart was riding along the road. Payouts not even correlating with the amount of damage done to the moonshine bottles. Take a look at this segment from one of my older videos. Yeah, that's some pretty atrocious payouts. It was bad. There were also Moonshiner story missions included with the Moonshine Shack. However, they also had the same cooldowns from legendary bounties and pretty mediocre payouts. What comes to mind when you think of cowboys? Gunfights? Robberies? Running in an outlaw gang? How about pelting an animal with heroin-laced bullets until the thing passes out? Taking a blood sample and then selling it to some crazy unwashed vegan forest gremlin in the woods? There's another entry cost of 25 gold bars, by the way. If you kill too many animals, she'll pepper spray you. Sometimes she was bugged and pepper sprays you anyways. Sounds boring? That's because it is. This update's one saving grace was the legendary animals. Little Miss Pepper Spray wants you to get a blood sample from them, but if you kill them, then take the pelts to this guy named Gus, you'll get a little bit of cash, and if you have enough money, you can buy some dope looking coat and hood sets, like you see on my character. The charm of this update wears off after you get a few coat and hood sets. Additionally, you can give the legendary pelts to Crips for the trader business. But let's be real here, trader sucks. This was the point where I realized the game is not worth my time and left. I wanted Red Dead Online to succeed so badly. I loved the single player and was hoping that the multiplayer would bring my friends together like GTA Online had. Sadly, Rockstar didn't set this game up for success and avoided every opportunity to make a comeback and impress the loyal community they had. The game had so much potential in the beginning. The graphics, the basic mechanics, the open world, those were already made and were top quality. All they had to do was create fun activities to do, and they failed. Every single update. Rockstar always chose the most low-effort option when it came to new content. Take something like the Camp Dog, introduced with the trader role. How cool would it have been to have a dog companion? I would have paid, in-game money of course, for a special saddle to bring a dog with me wherever I went. But no, the Camp Dog is nothing more than a pointless cosmetic item for you to waste your money on. The content they added was just not fun. You end up spending more time waiting for stuff to happen rather than actually doing stuff. I left Red Dead Online only to return when a friend decided to pick up the game. I won't let them get bullied in a barren wasteland alone. They'll at least have company. $10 additional levels to Bounty Hunter and 3 more legendary bounties for 15 gold bars. That's the whole update. Oh, did I mention that daily challenges got nerfed? Rockstar slashed the gold payouts in half, and then changed the multipliers that players could earn for having a daily streak to reset after 28 days. Prior to the nerf, daily challenges were easily the most effective way of earning gold bars. Let's see how long it would take for a new player to unlock all of the roles locked behind gold bars with the new daily challenges. Kumon skills activate. Collector, Bounty Hunter, Trader, and Bounty Hunter expansion are priced at 15 gold bars each. Moonshiner and Naturalist are both 25 gold bars. The price of all of Red Dead Online's content is 110 gold bars. Before doing any math, I'm going to assume that said new player did only daily challenges and completed all 7 challenges each day to get the bonus 0.3 gold, which is quite a lot to ask for. Each challenge after the nerf is worth 0.1 gold. 7 challenges plus the 0.3 gold bonus is worth 1 full gold bar per day, and 7 gold bars for the first week. For the second week, the player could earn up to 10.5 gold bars because of the 1.5 times multiplier earned from the previous week. For the third week, 14 gold bars with the 2 times multiplier. For the fourth week, 17.5 gold bars with the 2.5 times multiplier. And then the multiplier resets once it reaches 28 days. But hey, they give you a free treasure map. 49 gold bars in 28 days. Let's assume that the treasure map was generous and gave you a full gold bar, so we'll round up to 50. To afford that original cost of 110 gold bars for all of Red Dead Online's content, you would need to do all 7 daily challenges for 65 days straight. The alternative method for new players is to grind stranger missions. Jack Sather made a really good video on Red Dead Online, and rather than parrot one of his points, I'll just show you a section of his video. The original video will be linked in the description.
Now you can earn gold bars naturally by playing Red Dead Online, but you get them fractions at a time, like possibly in the hundreds. 0.1 gold bars is the typical reward for a 20-minute long basic mission. I mean, they're taking a cheese grater to these gold bars. Let's say you get 0.1 gold bars per 15-minute mission. Maybe it's a random event, you clear a gang hideout, whatever it is. Let's say you do 4 of those in an hour, and round up, you got 0.5 gold bars per hour. So in order to get 15 gold bars, you would have to spend 30 in-game hours viciously grinding to get you the cost of 1 basic roll. Yay!
Like all games these days, there's always the option of paying your way through, if you don't really care about your money. To bypass the 110 gold bar price tag for all of the rolls, you would need to pay 40 real-life dollars, on top of the $60 you already paid to get access to the base game. Just to reiterate, this $40 is just to gain access, not including the boring, monotonous grind within each role before you can actually start making decent in-game money. This update sealed Red Dead Online's fate by ensuring that new players would either have to pay up or would get bored grinding for access to new content. 14 days later, GTA Online got the Cayo Perico update with a whole new island and a new heist that could be done solo. I'll let you figure out which game had more people excited. Remember those stranger missions I mentioned? Those errand boy jobs? Rockstar added a new variation of these errand boy jobs called blood money missions. Some of them are multi-stage, and some of them have fucking 30-minute cooldowns between stages. The goal of this update is to accumulate a new currency called
Capitale
and use Capitale to play the new opportunity missions. Now, you would think that you earn Capitale by completing blood money missions, right? Right? Wrong. You earn Capitale from looting dead bodies and searching containers during the missions. Meaning, it's completely RNG. It took me 6 blood money missions to earn 2 Capitale. The only guaranteed spawn of Capitale I could find is from the railroad contract, which spawns 3 Capitale. To start one of the new opportunity missions, you need 15 Capitale minimum. The ludicrous game design starts to make sense with one visit to the fence. You can buy Capitale for gold bars. The whole point of this update was to have such horrible drop rates that players spend their gold bars to play the new content. So, are the new missions worth it? Are these new missions worth the grind or the gold?
Oops. I got 0.3 gold. That's ass.
I got 0.32 gold bars.
Either way, that's ass. I could literally just do 2 dailies in half the time and get more gold. So that means you'd have to do 10 of those missions to get the 3 gold bars you spent on one.
Yeah.
135. 135. That's not bad.
That's less than a Moonshiner sale.
Oh. Damn. Sucks.
No. Absolutely not. Playing Red Dead Online again with friends who are new to the game has opened my eyes to how boring and uninviting the game is. After completing the 13 story missions, I honestly didn't know what else to recommend for them to try out. Collector, Trader, Bounty Hunter, Moonshiner, and Naturalist are all behind paywalls of either 15 or 25 gold bars. Blood Money, the only update not behind a paywall, is mind-numbingly dull and repetitive. With how long it takes to accumulate gold bars, especially after the daily challenge nerf, it would take my friends actual days of constant grinding to access some new content. I honestly couldn't blame them when they wanted to quit and go play something else.
I don't know about you, Michael, but I'm not too keen on playing much more of this.
Yeah,
At least at the moment.
I honestly can't blame you.
Like, I enjoy playing it with you. I'm glad we can hang out and have fun on it. But there is too much. I think those missions were all I really got for right now.
That was the last content update Red Dead Online received. So, where are we now? The Red Dead Online community, or what's left of them, started #SaveRedDeadOnline, and were begging Rockstar for better communication with its player base and more content for the game. They can't keep ignoring us. Oh yes. Yes they can. And they did for over a year. Rockstar is known for their poor communication with its player base. Other game studios like Raven and Ubisoft will put out roadmaps for their games and try to hype up new updates with cinematic trailers and teasers. Rockstar doesn't do that. They only post about new updates when the new updates are ready to be released. The movement was admirable, but pointless. From Rockstar's perspective, they have no reason to dedicate time, money, or manpower into adding new content for Red Dead Online. They can release pitiful updates, and the player base continues to stay. They can stretch out the weekly mundane cash bonuses and discounts for whole months, and the players still play every day. The community said that they're unhappy and want change, but their actions show complacency, and thus Rockstar has no reason to change or improve. A friend of mine on Discord summarized the Red Dead Online community really well in this statement. You better reply, Rockstar. If you don't, I swear to God, I will keep playing Red Dead Online. I was there. I played almost every day from the beta days to Moonshiner, hoping that somehow me playing Red Dead Online would help it survive long enough to get the content it deserved. Unfortunately, the fate of the game is not in the players' hands. It's up to the developers and publishers. The best way to show that you don't approve of the direction a game is going in is to just stop playing. Red Dead Online players began desperately looking for any signs that their movement was working, ranging from Rockstar liking GTA Snapmatic posts to Take-Two stock prices starting to fall. They even went to lengths such as contacting voice actors and reporting Rockstar to the Better Business Bureau. A movement started on social media directed at a company that pretty much ignores social media isn't going to work. The noise was falling on deaf ears. I'm not gonna lie, it was both funny and kinda sad to watch people go through all 5 stages of grief on Twitter when Rockstar finally pulled the plug on Red Dead Online. Hopefully Rockstar learned from Red Dead Online's failure. Launching a bare-bones game just doesn't cut it anymore. New content needs to be designed to be replayable, not just waste players' time. With Red Dead Online officially losing future content, it's a matter of time before the game fades into obscurity, which really is a shame considering it's the 10th best-selling game of all time. Co-proceed, cowpokes. Red Dead Online is dead. It was doomed from the start. Before closing out the video, I want to quickly say thank you. The channel passed 250 subscribers and is approaching 200,000 views. Whether you found my channel through my Red Dead videos, the YouTube algorithm, or you already know me, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to the channel. Alright, that's all. Take care, guys.